So, everybody having a good time here? Yeah. All right. I appreciate it. Thanks to Dosha, the grounds crew, to my boys out in front, the UXO, for coming here. And we're here to support Mass Pursuit TV. We're on Pursuit Channel. We've been on for going on season 4. What I'm going to talk about is just a little bit about us. How I got involved after my 23 years of military service, and then also something that's near and dear to my heart, especially with the guys from UXO and our great friends from Whitetail Warrior Project as well. Veterans issues. I'm not going to go too deep into it, but just, I might as well take the spotlight and highlight a couple things. But first off, the reason we're here, Mass Pursuit TV, like I said, we're on Pursuit Channel. And so I got involved after retiring in 2017 from Wilbur Ramos, and he's the host, I'm the co-host. And long story short was, I started a nonprofit organization myself, taking veterans and active duty personnel out hunting and fishing. And went down to the Buckmasters EXPO down in Birmingham, I believe, or Montgomery, one of those two. And just immediately hit it off with Wilbur, became good friends over the course of 2 or 3 years. And we stayed in touch. And so he came back from Oklahoma and gave me a phone call in the middle of the night, woke me up and said, "Hey man, you're about to retire, what are you doing?" Well, I said, "Well, I was sleeping." And so he started chuckling, and what had happened was he said, "Hey, you want to help run the show or be my partner and co-host?" So at that time I was transitioning out of the military, and for those that, after doing 20 plus years, that's a big thing. It's something a hard pill to swallow, is what's next for me. Because a lot of us, we do transition and it's a start over. And so, I was blessed and luckily, because my wife was retired, and then I had just, a few days later, just received my VA compensation and disability pay. And so, my bills are paid, my family's taken care of, the lights are on in my house, and, we've already lived many lives once over. And so, with the blessing of my wife and my family's support, I was able to call Wilbur back and said, "All right, let's do it." And I tell you what, it's been one heck of a ride since. I don't regret any of it. If I did have a regret, it's that you can only drive so much in a year, and you only got so much money to pay for the gas. But we're working hard at Mass Pursuit TV to try to do as much as we can to bring the outdoors home, as we say. We're working hard. We work hard, hunt harder, which we're always doing that. We just got back from a 1,600-mile trip to New Mexico, filming for season 4. We were home for 48 hours. We're back here for 3 days, and then we're going to Louisiana for 2 days, and back home for a week, and then we're on the road again. But it's something that we really appreciate and we love. Talk about the guys from UXO. A lot of these guys, we choose the same dirt and we bled on the same sand. And so immediately with the military community, even though it's a large community, but it is small. Sorry. And so one thing led to another, and got hooked up with a mutual friend that we all served together, and said, "Hey, check out these guys." And so we got hooked up with Chad and Josh and Tony and John, all these guys, and they invited us to a camp. We went down to a camp, and if you haven't seen already, this week we aired an actual full entire episode for them. It's called Salute the Service. And so we captured hog hunts, turkey hunts, deer hunts, and that was just the tip of it, because these guys have done so much more for charity events, fundraisers, that it just 21 minutes and 30 seconds is what we're allotted for a TV show. Just absolutely cannot capture that. And so, but we'll continue to do it for as long as we're standing upright and getting paid. We also have the great opportunity, our good friends with Deep South Hunting, Pete and Carolyn, they just popped up. They've been a huge supporter, and really we've only known them for maybe 6-7 months, well, since January. But I mean, we've already planned stuff out for years to come, and that's just what the hunting community actually needs. We travel a lot, we all see it. And there's always a competition within the hunting and fishing community, and I'm just going to be blunt, a lot of it's egos, because somebody's upset because you got a bigger deer or a bigger fish. It don't matter. It should have been, "Hey, great job, that's awesome, now take me to where you got that deer or fish so I can get one, you know? But all right, that's enough of my soapbox because we all could be here forever. So, yes, ma'am. My wife's here. All right, that was my stand-up. No, that's a good one. And so, actually, in 2 weeks, we will air, I went back home to Ohio, and we on a turkey hunt with our good friends, Affiliate Outdoors, Chris Campanelli back home. So, and we went with Stand Guard Decoy, one of our sponsors as well, Mr. Eric Swanson, who also a veteran and a firefighter. So, but anyway, we're hunting hard in the morning for about 3 or 4 hours, and the gobbling all around us, just can't bring them in. We even literally low crawled, and y'all will see it on the episode, up to about 15 yards to the tree line, and I could see old Tom walking back and forth in between the shadows, and just couldn't get him drawn in. So anyway, so we pack up and we're like, all right, we'll head out, because at that time, Ohio only has noon cutoff for turkey, for spring turkey. And so we get in the truck, we drive about 300 yards back to the farmhouse. Eric and I, Chris is driving, Eric and I are on the back of the tailgate, and we look to our right, because the farmhouse is on the right, and I blank you not, but there's 5 Toms in between my Chevy Silverado and the Ford. There are 5 Toms sitting there in the driveway. So Chris drives about 80 yards there, and it's like battle drill mode. He jumps out, slams it in park, jumps around. He goes, "Did you guys see that?" And we're like, "Yeah." Jumps in, grabs a camera, and then we're like, we just get together at the back of the tailgate, and we're like, old school football. Huh? Almost. Chris and I did. So we game plan, you know, Chris, and like backyard football. All right, Eric, or I'm going right. Eric, you go left. When you hear me shoot, you start moving up. And I mean, like, you know, textbook kind of, you know, direct fire and sport by fire and stuff for military terms. But anyway. So I go right around the house. Eric's kind of just waiting at my peripheral, probably about 40 yards. So Chris is filming me at first, and Chad, my buddy Chad, shaking his head because he and I had probably a close second one, which I'll tell because that one's good too, and turkey. But anyway, so I move around, and the birds come around the house, and they're about 60 yards right now. So that 60 yards is a poke, but you know, when you're frustrated, you just want to, you know, get a bird in hand. So I come around and I pie the corner, you know, I'm doing everything. You can see it on film, it's great camera work. So I pop off around, boom, and next thing I hear, Eric's like, boom, 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 boom. You know, it's supposed to be like one shot, 8 shots, then we, you know, move up. But anyway, so I poke a couple shots and the Toms run off. Luckily though, Eric comes around, and so I say it was on my part that I pushed the birds to him, and he made a great shot on an old 870 shot of Remington, and got a bird down. A great, probably like I think 8 or 9 inches, but uphill shot, probably about a good 40, 50 yards. And so we're just like, after it's all said and done, just shaking our heads like, you know, we could have just sat there, had breakfast, sat on the porch, and just waited until they come up to drive. And you know, but anyway, it was. My story can't do it justice, but y'all just have to see it on Pursuit Channel, Tuesdays and Fridays. Set your DVRs. So in a nutshell, that one's it. And so with Chad and I, we go to Virginia, kind of the same thing. We hunt we go up and down the mountain for 3 days, down 3 days, and you know, we're done, we're smoked. We pack up, we're in tennis shoes, t-shirt, and we get to there's 2 gates. We close the gates, first gate, you know, lock the house gate, go to the second gate, close it up. We drive, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 yards, and just stop and watch 3 birds. I think it was 3 or 4. Just walk literally right in front of the expedition. And we're just like, seriously? So again, battle mode. The birds are right by me. I grab the camera, hit record. Chad gets out, slides around, grabs the shotgun out of the back of the truck, comes around. And so between he and I, we pop off rounds and we're advancing. He pops off a shot, gets a bird. I hand him the camera. He hands me the shotgun in the air. No, I'm just kidding. But And then so I take up and then I go after one, and so you just see this big real tree blob just going running down the mountain, after these birds, and then after two more shots, I turn around and do the old victory, yeah, we got him. So I don't know, turkey, I might have to take a break from turkey. I don't know, that's a lot of work. But no, there's been some crazy ones. I've had some heartbreakers last season. We've all had, the white buffalo deer. Oklahoma, hunting hard for, almost 2 weeks. Sitting in the ground blind. And last day of archery. The next day is gun rifle season. And, we had some decent deer come in or whatever, but just looking for that good Oklahoma buck. 120 yards away through the prairie grass, just an absolute monster, just beautiful. And again, it's the last day of archery, so 120 yard poke. I'm lucky if I can get 12 yards. But anyway, he just keeps on walking, puts his head down, and just watch him walk off. About 3 weeks later, I get a text and a video and a pictures from the outfitter. And the video is something in the pond, and then the next one they drag it out. Anyways, this same buck, for whatever reason, about 300 yards behind me was a pond. They jumped off the bridge, broke his neck, drowned. They pulled him out while he was checking, cattle rancher, he was checking the area, pulled him out, and sends me the picture. The next picture is the outfitter holding up the deer that I videoed. And so, he's got the rack for me, so we're going back out to Oklahoma, but it's one of those heartbreakers. And so, good, bads, uglies, we've all been there. But it's, again, like we always say, it's about the journey, the journey, but also it's about the people that you continue that journey with. And just through the military, it's the same way. And, it doesn't stop. One of the great things about veterans nonprofit organizations is, one, they talk the talk and they walk the walk. They've all done it, they've been there, but now they've also continued to. Okay. I think it's that metal clip. So. Okay, sorry. But like I said, is that those folks, they've done their time, whether it's 2 years, 3 years, 20 years, 23 years, 30 years. Some are still on active duty, some medically retired, some are disabled veterans, but it doesn't matter. We've all been broken down and groomed to the core values that lead us up to being successful in the military and also afterwards. And so, the opportunities at UXO, Whitetail Warrior Project, some of the other ones are out there. Some of the more popular ones. Don't let that stigma get to you by what you see or hear on Facebook, social media, CNN, whatever. Let that just, if you really want to know what Veterans Nonprofit Organization is, again, I'm going to be blunt, just give them a call and don't wonder, but actually join. And you can, donate $1, donate an hour of your time. If you stitch, sew, make a t-shirt, you have land to lease, it doesn't matter. And like I said, I created, with my good friend, I created and founded the Veterans Nonprofit Organization, so I know the struggles of how it is to just even start knocking on doors and going to booths, just asking for help, for handouts, what it takes to maintain it, and then also, to the hard part is stepping away from it. But with that, with being Mass Pursuit TV, it was an easy transition to where, Wilbur has graciously said, it was one of my things was, I want to work with veterans nonprofits, and it's a no-brainer because Wilbur and I hit it off just immediately, and so we support, probably 3 or 4 veterans nonprofits, and we'll continue to do so, as we can, whether it's, filming for them or, doing raffles or whatever. But if you've ever wanted, just ever wanted to cook it, or if you have a house to rent or a B&B, there's just so much out there. But if you just feel the urge, give these guys a call, and I will say that I will, brain fart, sorry. Contact UXO or vouch, sorry. Personally vouch for Ultimate Experience Outdoors and Whitetail Warrior Project because, we've been there, we've hunted with them, we've shared stories, we've served together. You can't get more closer than that. But again, hit the donation $1. We're doing the guys are doing raffles now. They got a great trailer that was donated by a friend. It's also a guide, a landowner. And he runs his business. His guys and gals in his company, made that Circle W trailers. But anyway, so I'll keep it short and sweet. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming out. And again, if you're here in the building and you're a veteran, if you're a veteran yourself, thank you for your service. If you're a firefighter, teacher, EMS, first responder. That's all right. I'll use my outside voice. But anyway, hey, just keep it short and sweet and to the point. Appreciate everybody coming out here because you're here for a reason, and that's to support veterans, especially UXO, Whitetail Warrior Project, also the grounds, the great city of Mobile, Alabama, and the great state of Alabama. So that's why you all are here. You know why you're here. I appreciate it. Just help spread the word, and hopefully come back next year and we'll fill this whole place up. So thank y'all.
Sorry. Just want to thank Ultimate Experience Outdoors again for coming, and Mass Pursuit TV for pursuing what